In this video, I want to talk about top 10 side hustle jobs in 2020. Hello everyone, welcome back to Miss Ming's channel. This is Miss Ming, and my channel I do vlog videos, makeup videos, lifestyle videos, and financial videos, and everything I'm passionate about to create a happy, healthy, beautiful lifestyle. If this content interests you, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also ring the notification bell so that you won't miss out any future content. In today's video, I want to talk about some of my favorite side hustle jobs that you can do, whether if you're a student or if you have a full-time job but also need some side hustle money to pay for some debt or student loans. Previously, before I started my full-time job, I used to work as an instructor in the college when I was going to graduate school. And over the years, I noticed that some side jobs pay way more than other side jobs. And sometimes we don't even know that certain jobs existed. So in today's video, I want to share with you things that I've learned being a student for 10 years and things I've learned from other people that I've been talking to over the years when I was a college instructor, and also things that I learned being a hustler. Alright, I have 10 things in total on my list, and let's get started. The first topic I want to talk about is the restaurant jobs. I know a lot of people who are working in the restaurant, like food industry, and one thing that I noticed that some restaurant jobs, they pay way more than other positions. So I used to have a roommate who works as a waitress on the weekends to pay for her school, and she used to make $300 every time, almost every time. You know, sometimes there are ups and downs. Versus I have another friend who's working in a different type of restaurant serving food in a fast food restaurant, and she was only paid $9 per hour. So one friend made about $40 per hour versus the other friend made only $9, but they're basically working in the industry. I understand when you're waiting a table, sometimes you have really good customers, and sometimes you have people who are very unreasonable. But at the end of the day, if I was gonna spend my time working on something, I would love to make more money per hour compared to less money per hour. So one of the top side hustling job is actually waiting the tables. But sometimes when we don't have a lot of experience, especially when the trays are so heavy, I understand. I'm not one of the people who can lift like this and then serve like this. I just don't have that good of balance. Like, it's gonna be super chaotic if I just do this. But there is also a hidden trick. If you live in a place where there are a lot of Chinese restaurants, it is actually a very good place to start being a waitress or waiter. Basically, Chinese food are not very expensive, so by default, you're not making a lot of tips. However, in the Chinese restaurant, most Chinese people like me cannot lift that big tray with like 10 entrees. So a lot of times they just take like 2 to 3 dishes at once, and sometimes they will be able to push a little cart. Actually, my husband's cousin who's in high school is pushing one of these little carts in some restaurant, and he is actually making more money than a lot of people that I know who are in college working $9 per hour. So definitely know about the industry before going to any jobs. Kind of do some sort of research. It's kind of unfair, but at the end of the day, it really depends on how much information you know about the industry. So if you have no experience waiting the table, you can really start at like low profile Chinese restaurants, waiting the tables and making the tips. It's usually over $100 per day, and that's pretty good as a starting point. It's better than making $8 per hour. The second side hustle job that you can actually do at home is actually teaching English online. How do I know about this? Because actually my master's degree was in teaching English as a second language. It's been a trend that a lot of students from overseas, they're actually taking English lessons and they're trying to look for native speakers of English. Sometimes even if you're not native speakers, if you can help them to increase their test scores, they still want to pay you a lot of money for it. Recently, I've been offered a job, but unfortunately I had to turn it down because I found a full-time job and there was a time conflict. This kid really wants to increase her TOEFL scores, willing to pay me $35 per hour just tutoring her online. So you don't have to drive there. You can just stay at home as long as you have internet, as long as you are good at English, as long as you are passionate about teaching, you can make a lot of money. There are tons of websites that you can use. The majority of your clientele will be the kids from China because learning English is a big thing in China. Actually, learning any foreign language is a big thing. We started with English, but Spanish is also taking a trend. English is a mandatory subject in China, which means every kid in China has to learn English to be able to go to college. And also, there are tons of international students from China. They want to study abroad in an English-speaking country, either America, Australia, New Zealand, or Canada. So as long as you speak English, as long as you're passionate about teaching, as long as you have the internet, you can definitely find a job. And you can also learn some Chinese. So the pay for teaching English online really depends on how much experience you have, and also depends on your clients. Sometimes you can make $20 per hour, but sometimes you can make $30 to $35. The reason why you're making $35 is because the kid may actually pay $50, but the agency that you're working for, they're taking a percentage of the pay. So that's why you're making less. But it is a very convenient way to make money, especially from home, as long as you have internet. The only drawbacks about this job is actually that if you're tutoring a kid who's physically in China, there is going to be a time difference. So you may have to wake up at 4 a.m. to teach them, because that's when they get off from school, because it's 4 p.m. over there, right? So you may have to adjust your own schedule to be able to do that. But the good thing is that if you're a college student, or if you have a regular job but also want to tutor online, there is less likely to be a time conflict, because you can work from 4 to 6 tutoring online, and also you can go to work at 8. And then of course you have to go to bed early because you have an early morning. The next job is tutoring. And by tutoring, this is not about teaching English online. You can actually physically tutor other people. For tutoring, the money also varies depending on the subject and the age group, and it also depends on you. I would love to charge more because of my educational degree and also my experience, but if you first started tutoring, it really depends on the market price. One thing to find out is to go online and look for like other tutors, how much other tutors charge. It really depends on the subject and the experience of the tutor. Usually if you're tutoring language, it really ranges from $20 per hour to $50 per hour. But if you're tutoring a core subject such as Algebra 1, Algebra 2 for college preparation, you can charge way more. And if you actually teach people like violin, piano, and those lessons with very special skills, you can charge up to like $80 per hour to $100 per hour. So definitely tutoring is a very good way to make money, although you may only have like 3 clients. But think about it, if you make $180 per week, you're making a lot of money per month to cover your expenses, or if you have a car loan, it's gonna help a lot. But a lot of times I get questions like, how do you find tutor jobs? Like, can you just post on Craigslist? Of course, some of my friends, they were posting on Craigslist if you want to learn English as a second language, if you want to find a tutor for Chinese. A lot of my friends, they actually post on Craigslist, and there are actually people contacting them. But sometimes as a girl, I just don't feel safe to go to other people's house if I don't know the people. So one thing that you could do is to meet up in the Starbucks, in the public places. Usually it's safer doing that way. But you could also do it alternatively, which leads to our fourth one, which is after school programs, weekend school programs, and all these school programs. So a lot of times an easy way to find your student is to teach or tutor in an after-school program or weekend school programs. And a lot of times you get to talk to the students, you get to talk to the parents, and you kind of have a sense of what they are kind of like, and you get to know them better, and since their information is in the registry. But basically, you're going to make less money teaching in after-school programs or weekend school programs or extracurricular programs, but you're going to get to know a lot of kids, and you're going to build a potential clientele with the kids you know. But if you're going to work with an after-school program, a weekend school program, don't go in there with the wrong intention. Like, don't go in there thinking, oh, I'm going to tutor you. Don't try that hard. A lot of times when we're doing a job, intention really helps, and people can tell that. So definitely do your best trying to help the kids during their after-school programs and weekend school programs. If you're doing really well and they really like you a lot, their parents are going to contact you saying, hey, I wonder if you can help my kid sometime during the week extra, because I think he really likes your help and he really needs your help. Definitely go into the business with the right intention, with a heart of help, and people will feel that and people can tell that. Number 5, babysitting. So this is a job that I've actually never done, but some of my close friends, they actually babysit regularly and they said the pay is really good. For babysitting, you can charge from $20 up to $40 per hour. And usually when you babysit, you don't babysit just 1 hour, you babysit like 2 to 5 hours, and you can make a lot of money babysitting. It really depends on yourself and your skills. If you have a lot of experience and if you have like an educational degree, especially in early childhood, if during the babysitting you're actually teaching the kids and giving the kids lessons, if you're able to play music, to teach the kids music, if you're able to teach kids a different language, definitely you can charge a little bit more compared to the average rate. I think on average people charge about $20 to $25 for babysitting, but it really comes down to how much the kid likes you and how much you can offer the kid. So again, you can do well in any job, including your side hustles. Number 6, house sitting. House sitting is actually a new trend. So usually if there's a family, they're going out for vacations, and if they have pets or if they have plants in their house, they can hire you as a house sitter. So basically, instead of taking care of the baby, you just take care of the house and everything inside the house. Which sounds really, really easy. You don't make a lot of money out of house sitting. My mother-in-law actually has a fantastic house sitter, and she is so great, and she only charges $20 to $25 per day, which is really cheap. And she takes care of the dogs, and she takes care of the plants, and she feeds the fish, which is very, very nice. So you don't make a lot of money doing house sitting, but it is a job that's really passive. So instead of going back to your house after school or after work, you're going back to someone else's house and you take care of the dogs who are so lovey-dovey, and you take care of the plants and take care of all the pets. And that's it. There's really no job involved, and you just need to be there for the dogs and for the plants. So definitely house sitting is one of the great opportunities to make additional money without doing much. Number 7 is delivery. Yes. There's so many delivery services out there. There's Uber Eats, there's DoorDash. You can definitely do that by delivering for a company, or you can talk to the Chinese restaurant owners to see if they need extra delivery driver during the peak times. So a lot of my friends own Chinese restaurants, and they tell me that what they really need is to have one extra driver on the weekends during the dinner time. Of course, it's kind of intuitive, right? But what they don't need is that they can't hire an extra driver for the entire restaurant, and because there's not enough business during the weekdays. So what they like to do is to hire college students to deliver on the weekends, but they actually make a lot of money because you get $2 to $3 per order, and you also get the tips. And sometimes people can be really generous with the tips. So one trick is to make sure that you deliver the food really fast, and you will get a lot of tips. Well, of course, there are going to be people who are more generous than other, but in general, one of my friends who was doing this during college, he used to make $100 on Saturday just delivering food for 6 hours. That's really nice. And basically all you do is to drive. And the best thing is that at first he was lost. He was like, I can't find this, I can't find that. But usually like after like 2 to 3 times, he kind of figured out the same people order the same food around the same time. So once you know that area, once you know the clientele, the customer tail from the restaurants, you kind of know like where to go, and things become so much easier for him. So definitely, like if you have a car, delivery food is a really good one because you can make a lot of tips on that. Similar to delivery food, the next tip will be Uber driver or Lyft driver. A lot of my teacher friends used to drive Uber during the summer just to pick up extra cash. I do think it could be a little bit dangerous when you're driving strangers around, especially from the bar to bar. Sometimes they could throw up in your car. Sometimes they could get a little bit violent. I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't want to drive Uber because first, I don't have a good sense of direction. And delivering food is okay because you don't have a person looking at you driving to places, versus Uber could be a little bit tricky. But one of my friends from graduate school, she used to drive Uber during the summer when the school is off. She doesn't have any income source, so she had to drive Ubers, and she said people could get really generous with their tips, especially when they're drunk. I'm not 100% sure, but my friend who did that, she really enjoyed it during a short period of time. So if you have a car and if you're confident with your driving and sense of direction, definitely you can try Uber and Lyft. The next one is YouTube. You can make a lot of money on YouTube. You can make very little money on YouTube. YouTube is a business that does not make within one day. I know a lot of YouTubers are like, oh, I was able to monetize my video in 2 months. I was able to monetize my videos in 3 months. To me, it took me 1 year and 3 months to monetize my channel. And also, I was uploading a lot. I was uploading on average 3 videos per week. And during the December, I uploaded every single day. So making money on YouTube is really long shot. If you want to try side hustle with YouTube, you have to accept for the fact that you're not able to make money for a long period of time and you're devoting a lot of time and energy on making that channel. So right now my channel has been monetized for 3 weeks, I think. But guess how much I made? I made $27 in 3 weeks. I don't make a lot of money. I can't live off that. It's still very little compared to a part-time job. But this is a part-time job that I actually spend so much time on. So I do YouTube because I love YouTube. I love that because I love editing videos. It's a creative outlet. I like being creative. I don't want to work 8 to 5 job and just commit to a life that repeats itself. I want innovative ideas. I want to try different cameras. I want to try edit different special effects. It's really fun, and it's really fun to connect with people on this community. So I enjoy the process. But YouTube as a side hustle is really long shot if you come in with the intention of making money, but it has the potential of making money. So I only made $27. I guess I can use it to buy me a meal. Actually, if I live frugal, I can make my coffee money because I make coffee at home. My 50-cent coffee is covered by YouTube. But if you're watching this video, don't skip the ads because I need more coffee. The last side hustle job is not so much of a job. It's about making passive income. I know a lot of YouTubers, a lot of people are talking online. It's all about making passive income, that you're laying on the beach and then your money is generating money. Okay, it doesn't happen within a day. It doesn't happen within a year. It happens over time. So what I did was I was living frugal for the longest time and I was able to save some money, and initially I needed that money to be my emergency money, so I put the money in an online saving account, but that account has a very high interest rate, so I was able to generate a lot of interest just based on an online saving account. Now I'm more financially secured. I am able to try to put my money into investment. So I could put money into the stock market, my retirement Roth IRA, and different passive income sources. And the money doesn't come back within a year. So I'm just waiting to see the dividends to come in within a long period of time. So the last one is that if you're trying to make passive income, you need to be able to make income first from these side hustles and to be able to have a emergency money, to be able to have a saving account, and then you are able to invest the rest of the money like in a real estate, in a stock market, in retirement, and things like that. But at the end of the day, the reason why we're trying to make so much side incomes by hustling is that we want to reach to a place that we are financially secure and we can start to make passive incomes through investment. Alrighty, that's it for today. I hope this video is helpful. I hope this video can spark you ideas, like trying different ways of side hustles. You could start trying the restaurant jobs on the weekends. If it doesn't really serve you, you can quit. These are the jobs that you can quit immediately, and you can try teaching online to see if it can fit into a schedule. If it can, you can also try tutoring physically, face-to-face in your local city, or you can try delivering food. Like if you enjoy conversations, if you enjoy driving, you can also try the Lyft and Ubers and things like that. But eventually, when you make money, don't just go go out and buy stuff, pay up your student loan first, pay up your debt first, save money, save emergency funds, and put the rest in investment. So in the future, you don't need to do those side hustles because your investment is actually giving you the passive incomes. All right, that's it for today. I hope this video is helpful. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And don't skip the ads. And also comment down below what you do as your top side hustle. Is it restaurant? Is it something we talked in the list? Or is it something that I didn't know? Make sure you share with us so we all share valuable information to make more side hustle money. All right, that's it for today. Like this video, comment down below. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!